This clip is brought to you by Within You Supplements. No bullshit, no fillers, just great tasting supplements to help your performance. Enjoy this clip.
What's it like being in an organization that has a long history of winning versus where you were before?
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's fun, man.
I mean, it's expected.
It's expected,
Yeah,
and that's the big part. There's an expectation to win. There's an expectation to compete at a high level. There's a pressure that comes with those things, and when you don't meet that standard, if you lose a game, right? Like losing a game with us now at Kansas, it means something. Like you don't want to lose, and it hurts to lose. And in the NBA, whether it's the Kings or other organizations, there's just too many games. There's 82 games. So you're going to lose games. No team is going to be undefeated. There's an expectation that, like, in college, you want to go undefeated. That's like a realistic expectation.
Wow. How many games are there in a season? Maybe I missed it.
Well, in conference, you might play 30 games, essentially, around 30 games if you make the tournament.
A couple teams have gone the whole length, right? And
one team, we did last year.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so, up to like 40 it would be max.
Is that the first team in history to run the table the whole way?
No, we didn't run the table last year. No, I think there's been a couple teams that run the table.
Right?
Yeah,
like 36 games or something like that.
Yeah, and I couldn't even name them. But even my first year I got there, I asked the players, "What's our goal?" And across the board, every player said, "Go undefeated, win every game." And I thought it was like a joke. The first couple, I'm like, "Okay, this guy's tripping." And then it was across the board. So I told the team, I'm like, "Yo, every single one of you said go undefeated." And this was my first year, so I just came from the NBA where, the Kings didn't win a lot at all, but you won't go undefeated no matter how good you are, right? And I mean, the record's 73 wins, right? So you're going to lose at least 10 games no matter what, right? And I told our team, like, yo, every single one of you has said this. Like, what is wrong with y'all? And they said, Ram, this isn't the NBA. There's no reason why we would lose any game. And that year we lost 3 games, and we lost 0 games when healthy. So every game that we lost, and that's no excuse, we would have lost anyway. Like, whatever, you lose games. But we only lost 3 games. And it's like, oh, there is an expectation to win every game. Yeah. Right, and there's a consequence if you don't. Nobody's happy about it. Like it ruins spirits for a little bit, right? But that's how it should be. Like that's how it should be. There should be an expectation that we're going to prepare better than you. We're going to compete harder than you. And ultimately, at the end of the day, when you check the scoreboard, we're going to be up. And obviously, I'm not saying you're going to win every game, but that expectation is set and it's real. And it's so fun to be a part of. It's such a different world from the NBA. Now, obviously, I'm a little biased because my time in the NBA was with the Kings and we didn't make the playoffs. But it's such a different world when you lose a game that nobody is happy. Like, nobody's smiling for a few days. Like, it's pretty bad. So it's been great, though. I love to be a part of it. I'm so fortunate and happy that I made that decision because it changes your life perspective a little bit, It's like mediocrity is not the expectation. Winning is, right? Yeah. And it's not a negative, like win at all costs, like nothing like that. It's just we're going to practice harder. We're going to prepare harder. We have a coach that's better. And ultimately, there's an expectation that if we live up to our potential in this game over the next 40 minutes, we will be the better team. Now, you don't always do that, but that expectation is so fun to be a part of.
Your players probably almost know, like, our coaches are better than most of the other coaches. So as long as we follow this plan, then we're good, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that for sure there's a confidence in our coaching staff and our Hall of Fame coach, obviously. Down to like the national championship game, like we were down 15 at halftime, and people always say like, "How'd you guys come back at halftime?" And I think a big part of it was our players believed that ultimately we have the best coach in the country on our sideline, and that helps because if you can gain momentum and start believing that you'll win, then when it comes down to winning time, that last 1 to 2 minutes, we're confident the plays we call and whatever coach decides to do, we're confident that that's the right thing to do. And that's so cool to be a part of.
So, Pat Project family, I hope you enjoyed this clip. We are on Discord and Reddit. We're trying to talk to you guys and build a community down there. So the links are in the bio. But remember, like, comment, subscribe, share this out with people so you can share the wealth of health. As cheesy as that fucking sounds. Peace.